Rotator cuff is a difficult thing with throwing a ball, then doing just the movement and rotation and mobility stuff. So just really just trying to clean up any lingering pain and any lingering stuff that's in that rotator cuff.
Did the injury affect you in the game? I know you didn't finish the game, but we thought that was because of the scoreboard. So what happened to make it a 2.5-week injury?
Well, we didn't know what it was during the game. The injury, we felt it during the game, but at the time my adrenaline going and everything's kind of flowing. So certain throws was kind of easier. I just kind of dealt with it. It was a couple throws where I felt it, but we didn't know exactly what it was.
Deshaun, when we saw you before and throwing before the Baltimore game, there was a little zip at all on those passes. So how has your throwing progressed since then?
It's coming along. It's definitely been the arrow's been trending up. So each and every day we've just been trying to get better and better and try to get as comfortable as possible.
Was this a slow diagnosis? Because you were hoping to play that Ravens game and you couldn't, and it just seemed like that there was a process here to figure out what was going on and the severity and how long you'd have to rest it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't figure it out until that Saturday, the day before the Ravens game. So, all week it was just swelling, bruise, and then once the swelling can go down, that's when we got the MRI, and the MRI came back, and we found out Saturday evening, it was a rotator cuff. And usually you sit out, but, I told the people, the medical staff as a whole, that we'll see what happens Sunday morning, and let's try to get there early and work out, and we did that, and we couldn't go.
Are you concerned that this is going to linger at all this year, that's going to affect your passing through the season, or do you think that you'll be 100% at some point this year?
I'm not sure. This is my first time dealing with a rotator cuff, so I'm just trying to get as comfortable as I possibly can to go out there and perform at the level I know I can. And if I can't, then we just got to continue to take it day to day. I'm not going to put the team in jeopardy if I can't do certain things that is going to allow us to be handicapped in certain situations. So that's the reason why I haven't been able to step on the field.
Do you know what play it happened on?
It was the
Arden Key play?
No, it wasn't that one. It was a play on the goal line. It was right before Jerome scored.
So I was told that you won't be out there until you're pain-free and until you can throw normally. So is that where the bar is set for you? I mean, are you really going to kind of try to adhere to that and really make sure that you don't feel any discomfort in the shoulder before you play?
No, it's not so much of the pain. It's mostly if I can throw the football. The pain, I can deal with certain pain, tolerance, but if I can't control the football, I can't throw the football with no velocity. If I can't throw the football more than a certain, amount of yards, then, like I said before, then I don't want to handicap the team because, then I can't get the ball downfield and, I can't get the ball outside the numbers and things like that. So, like I said, that was, a couple weeks ago, but, the progress in the arrow is definitely upward, and, we just going to continue to just attack it each and every day.
How much were you 100% throws yet?
How about what?
Made any 100% velocity throws yet?
Just been going day to day, just every day. We've been, taking steps and, making sure we don't do anything for any, setbacks in that throwing shoulder. So, whatever, the medical staff and the team is allowing me to do, there's a process in place and there's a plan, and we've been following that.
How much have you been able to throw over the last week?
You said what?
How much have you been able to throw over the last week?
We've been trying to just nick at it each and every day. We got to take some days off because you can't do too much from, what I've experienced and what I've, known from the medical staff. It's a tricky deal. So, you got to kind of take that baseball approach, and talk to some people that deals with rotator cuffs, more often. So that's what we've been doing and just really trying to strengthen that muscle and everything around it so we can get back comfortable throwing.
Are you feel comfortable that once you do get back out there that there's no risk of further damaging it?
Not that I know of. They haven't mentioned that part to me, so I'm not going to be thinking about that. And that's another thing. I don't want to get out there and be hesitant throwing the ball or anything like that. So, I'm not going to put myself, first in this situation. I'm going to put the team first. And
Is there any
the
kind of
best situation right now is, PJ going out there and performing like he did Sunday to help this team win.
Did you get a second opinion from outside the club?
Yeah, we all was on the same page, and from the front office to the head coaching staff to the medical staff. So, and anybody else that that's on my team outside the building, we all communicated and talked and got on the same page.
Is there any kind of tear in that rotator cuff?
No, I don't. I haven't seen anything or heard anything.
I mean, when you say it like that, so you've had MRIs, everything, no tears, just a bruise.
It's a strain. So strain is micro. It's a micro tear. So it's like small. It's basically like getting a cut on the hand, like a couple of slashes on the hand of that muscle, and that's what a micro tear strain for the rotator cuff
Micro
is.
tear, you're saying.
Deshaun, injuries are going to happen, but this is another stoppage for you, another layoff for you. How frustrating is that?
I mean, it's definitely frustrating. I want to be on the field. We felt like after the Tennessee game we were getting the ground running for this offense, and then as all three phases. But it's part of the game. It comes with it. I got to deal with the adversity and just take it as it comes, but continue to be a leader as I am, and keep helping the guys around me. And when that time comes, I can step on the field and go out there and help the team win.
So
Is that a
you
couple more?
have those micro tears, when it's a strain. Is there any risk that a small tear could become a partial tear, which would require then surgery and you'd be lost for the season? Is that part of your thinking process, that something like that could possibly happen?
Not that I know of. They said it wasn't anything worse than the strained rotator cuff. So I'm not, thinking about that, and I'm just following the steps, the medical protocols that they want me to follow, and hopefully everything is, when I step on the field, everything goes pretty smooth.
Is it fair to say that you could be back on Sunday if it all goes well, or it could be, say, another month if the recovery just continues to be a little bit slower? Is that a fair way to look at this?
Yeah, I mean, it can be any day. It can be tomorrow, it can be Sunday, it can be 2 weeks from now. I'm not even sure. I'm just, like I said, it's day to day, and I'm following, the steps of the medical team. And, when that time is ready, then I'm going to go out there. I can't put a timeline on anything right now.
Did they give you a timeline? Because typically you go for exams, they look at you, find whatever, and they say, hey, it's going to take you a week or 2 to 4 weeks. Did they give you any type of timeline besides a day to day?
Nah, I mean, it's just really just day to day. It just kind of when it heals on its own, and I think that's the tricky part about it. It's one of those deals where it's no different than a sprinter having a hamstring. It's just one of those deals where it's day to day. When it heals, it heals. From the research I've been doing and talking with the staff, I guess rotator cuffs are usually 4 to 6 weeks. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's my first time dealing with it, so I'm just making sure I want to do it right so I don't have any problems later on.
Is it all from that hit, or is it just the wear and tear of being a quarterback for all those years?
No, it was that hit. It was one of the hits where I just, cut back, he flashed, he got up underneath me, right in that rotator cuff, and, I instantly felt it, but at that time, I thought it was just, just a regular football hit, and I finished the game, and, we reviewed it, and we went through the week of, trying to treat it, and got the MRI Saturday once the swelling went down, and that's when we found out.
Deshaun, there haven't been too many quarterbacks that, I'm trying to do some research. I haven't seen too many quarterbacks with rotator cuff injuries. I saw Drew Brees had one. Have you talked to any other NFL quarterbacks that have dealt with this?
No, ma'am. I was same boat as you. I was trying to figure out, on top of my head, who's dealt with a rotator cuff, maybe AC joints, but I dealt with the AC joint, and you can numb up the AC joint like I did in college, but you can't numb up the muscle, the rotator cuff, to cut that control. So, I've seen people, around talking about that, go out there and play. I mean, if I can't control the ball, then I can't throw it. Then, there's no benefit of me being out there. So, those are two totally different injuries. But maybe Drew Brees, yeah, that's the only one a couple years ago. So.
Hey, because it happened on a designed run, when you get back out there, do you think you'll have to change your style or protect yourself differently?
I don't want to, but I definitely got to make sure I just, if I can, protect myself, I try to turn my back. That's how he caught me. Instead of running, head up with him, I try to turn, and he just caught me right on that backside. But, I don't want to change the way I play because that's, the success I've had. So I just got to make sure I just try to protect myself as best as I can.
Even though your day-to-day, you go
Last one here.
preparing to start, and if so, just what type of challenges that Colts defense present you with, what you have to worry about?
Yeah, I mean, every week since I've been out, I'm preparing myself to start. I do the same stuff I've been doing each and every week. I don't try to do anything different. A little extra time on the treatment side, but outside of that, I'm always preparing like I'm gonna play. And then Indianapolis presents from I'm used to that team. I know it's a different defensive coordinator, but just playing in Indy is difficult. The crowd's gonna be into it. The defense create turnovers. The defense is very they feed off the energy of that stadium, and it's a great place to play, great environment. So they're led by that linebacker group and up front, and I know they're young in the secondary, but those guys are going to come, and be ready for the challenge. So, we got to make sure we're ready.
Deshaun, can I squeeze one more in? Was it upsetting to you that so many people questioned, kind of like your toughness, or whether you just decided you didn't want to play against the Ravens? It seemed like there was just so much of that stuff floating around out there.
I mean, yeah, of course. I've never been the type of guy that's been questioned about my toughness, but I guess, whatever they want to put out, then everyone's entitled to their own opinions. As long as this locker room and this organization know who I am and what I'm dealing with, big foe, then that's all that matters. All the outside noise, all the other stuff is just, they're feeding off of what is said on social media, and all that stuff isn't real. So, what is real is in this locker room and on this team, and that's all that matters.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deshaun.
Can you give me my
Next time.
What? Sit if I'm here. I'm not guaranteed I'm staying. This one? Did you turn it off?
I turned mine off.
it's yeah, this one.
So what's up? How y'all doing today? Good, good.
MJ, why do you think that you and Denzel have been such a great complement to one another, different skill sets you guys bring as a quarterback team?
Just being in the same room with each other, having those, similar goals, and just going out there and just being the best for our brother, and we have a standard we hold each other to, and, just got to, be the standard and be the reason.
Why has man coverage been such a weapon for you guys relative to other secondaries in the NFL?
great defensive line, man. Great scheme, obviously coming into the game, but man, we got some great players on the defense, and we just try to use, everybody to the best of our abilities, And we like to play physical, man, and we let our defense get after the quarterback. So, yes, sir.
Coming off that big game for you, getting your first career interception, what's your mentality going into this Colts game, trying to maybe keep those takeaways and turnovers going?
Man, just doing my job. Honestly, I don't really want to try to, do anything different. Just doing my job. Don't try to find the plays. Just let the plays come to me and make my plays. That's come to me. Yes, ma'am.
People talk about Jim Schwartz kind of changing the culture, especially on that side of the ball. What do you think it means? What stands out to you most about the changes made under him?
Yeah, man. As soon as he got the job, and I just watched the interview, I knew the culture was going to be different, and it was going to be a shock, to some players. He wants his players to be uncomfortable. He want to put you in the hardest position, during practice. So when Sunday comes, it's more like routine. It's easy, and we are very blessed, to have him at a DC, come in and set the standard and just bring the best out of his players, and just bring everybody along to what his standard is.
Did you know everybody in the locker room would embrace that style?
We all here, we all here for the same goal, and that's to win, so everybody should embrace that style, and everybody have.
So did you get the ball that you intercepted?
Yes, sir. I did get the ball. Actually, I signed it this morning, and we have a cage. We have a cage in the defensive room, and every time we get a turnover or a stop on fourth down, a big play, and we just put it into the cage. So it's in the cage right now. Gotta wait. Yeah, after the season, at the end of the season. So that's a long time from now. Hopefully, I get a few more in there.
What did you see on that interception? I guess as it was happening, what did you see when you caught the ball, pre-intercepted it? What was going through your mind?
We was in man, so I was off. I was playing good out the whole time. We say good out, bad out. I wasn't peeking at the quarterback. I was just watching my man. As soon as he broke the inside breaking route, I peeked up. The ball was just right there, literally. It was just in my chest, man. So I just had to make the catch, and just try to get some positive yards.
How the guys celebrated with you afterwards, what was that like to see? I know celebration's been such a big thing for you guys defensively, but to see them rally around you in that moment, what was that like?
Just to bring Jim Schwartz back up, that's the standard. So when we make a big play, we all celebrate, celebrates each other's success. But, man, it was just a big play in the game. And just to see, just the sideline, guys that, that wasn't out there to even run out on the field, and just to celebrate, man, it was a great feeling. It was a great feeling with the team.
How much Gardner Minshew tape have you been watching these last couple of days?
Yeah.
Done for the year and going to have that surgery.
Yeah, I've been watching their tape. I watched a little bit of 5, a little bit of 10. And both of them pretty good quarterbacks, Been watching tape, breaking it down, just trying to get a feel for them.
What do you think about that receiving core?
Receiving core, pretty good, man. 11, he runs every route. 14, take the top off type of guy. Number 1, slot, shifty, slot receiver. Kind of remind me of Boyd in a sense, but great receiving core, man.
Joe Hayden, have you been able to speak with Joe Hayden at all recently? He's giving you any tips? Being able to translate into the field?
Nah, I haven't spoken to Joe recently, man. I gotta hit his phone. He usually hit me up though, man. Joe's a good friend of mine now. Just me coming in and and he how can I say this? He embraced me, wearing that 2-3. And he gave me some tips last year, going through my rookie year, and I have his phone number, and his line always open whenever I need him. So.
Yeah. You guys were talking the other day about how there's no weak links on this defense, and I think some outsiders question the linebacking core heading into the year, but then JOK seems like he's playing, the best he has. What have you seen, especially out of JOK this season?
Oh man, 6 is playing great ball, man. Just the want to, and he's flying around. He's doing what he do best in this scheme, and I'm proud of them and the linebacker core. I'm just proud of them as a whole.
You guys play a lot of man more than anybody, but how much off versus how much press?
It just all depends, on the game plan. Honestly, just depends on what we key. And certain routes they like to run during certain splits, and we just try to put ourselves in the best position to win. Yes, sir. Good. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Appreciate it.